avatar. Hello, hello.
Hello.
All right,
Hello.
Lily. Hang on, let's put this in. Hello, Mika.
Hello, Mika.
Hello, Lily. Lily, you changed your did you change your
Nothing yet.
avatar and your name? I feel like we haven't seen you in the comments for a while.
Yeah.
And why are you in the comments?
Oh, it's also a different name, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a different name. And is it a different picture too?
It is a different picture, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Let
We've
us
had you here
know.
on camera for so long that we don't remember what life was like in the olden times.
I feel like a mess right now, guys. I stepped out of bed to turn my light on, and then I realized it was already on. And so I got back into bed, and I corner. So I haven't really gotten up at all.
The first thing I have to do is go to the bathroom. But the second, like before I do anything, like even look at my phone or the computer, I have to like drink coffee. I have to like get up and make coffee and drink coffee. I'm not interacting with anybody or anything until I have like a cup of coffee in my hand.
So the first thing you do when you wake up is you go.
I mean, I get out of bed.
Okay.
And then I
wake
go
up. What's the first thing? How long do you stay in bed after waking up?
Not long.
Like 10 minutes?
I don't. No. Like 30 seconds, maybe.
Oh wow. Okay. If I don't have something to do, it's 3 hours.
So, but I have to say, like, I don't know. I have to use the bathroom.
I do too. I do right now, and I just did.
And then, like, if I'm out of bed anyway, I'm gonna make coffee, and maybe I get back in bed and like, do I don't know, write in my journal or read a book or whatever. But
how quickly after waking up do you go on your phone to check not even that to check?
Sometimes it's like 8 hours.
I'm
like today, I don't even know where my phone is right now, to be honest. I haven't even looked at it.
That's crazy for me because I wake up and I'm immediately on which is not good, and I'll say that. I'm immediately on my phone. That's the first thing I do. I go on my phone. I just start scrolling TikTok. It's just like or like I'll go on YouTube, see what people have posted to see if anything interesting to watch. I will check Discord. I'll check, just not check to like see anything, but just to see if anything entertaining there for me to like. I don't know. Really don't know what I do.
So normally while my coffee is brewing, I will open my laptop and check emails and check my calendar. Okay. Just to make sure that there's not something I have to respond to, or that somebody didn't book a call with me, or something where I have to be like Zoom in an hour or something like that. Yeah. Right. Like, I do check that. Even though I have it set up so that people like, I need 24 hours notice to prepare for the call if people are going to book something, but sometimes things slip through. Yeah. I'm like, wait, I have a call in 10 minutes. How did this happen? Yeah. And they're like, oh, I just saw it and booked it. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't.
Good thing I checked, right?
Yeah, because you would have not been.
I would have missed it. And then people would be like, who is this loser? Like trying to run a business and doesn't even like show up for the call that she wanted me to make. And I paid for it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Let's see. We got lots of comments here. Let's keep going. Lily's answered some questions. I'm here. Oh, because I ate something bad today and I don't feel good. So doctor visit tomorrow it is. Oof.
That's sucky. So like food poisoning.
I had that on Friday. I think I ate something with almonds in it. And I was like sick.
Are you allergic to almonds?
Like I normally volunteer on Friday nights, and I had to like send a message going, I am not going to make it today. Can't do it.
Just out of curiosity, volunteer for what?
So I volunteer for, it's a food distribution.
Oh, okay. Are you allergic to almonds?
I'm not allergic in the sense that I die.
Okay.
Right. But I'm intolerant. Like it makes my stomach super crampy And like,
okay.
I'm just going to vomit all the time.
Oh
It's
my
awful.
God. Yeah, okay.
This I developed in my old age. I never used to be. I used to eat Almond Joy all the time and like Hershey bars with almonds. I was like, and chocolate covered almonds.
Yeah.
But like in the past 5 years, I can't do it. And I usually am pretty good now about checking because I'm that sick that I like read ingredient labels now and like I try to pay attention. I don't forget that I'm intolerant like I used to. But sometimes things like, I don't know, people use almond flour or if they use almond milk. So, or sometimes like there'll be something in there that I just, at least I assume that's what it is. I don't think like nobody else felt that way.
Yeah.
Who had eaten things that I had eaten. So I was like, it's not food poisoning. It's, whatever. I don't know.
I can't eat macaroons. Damn.
I can't, which is why on the Great British Bake Off, I was supposed to make macaroons one night or one like day, 1 week. It was like, I don't know what week that would be for macarons. I don't know. But I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make macarons. They're supposed to be so hard to make and I've never made them before and it'll be fun. And then I got all of the recipes had almond flour.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, I'm not making these.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
I don't feel so good. I don't look good either. I hate food sometimes and hope it's nothing bad. Yeah.
Hopefully.
I hope it clears up quickly. Oof.
Yeah. I hope it's not food poisoning, but.
I know. Apparently the supermarket we went to last Friday. Ooh. Most of the things we got there were moldy a few days later. I guess I had moldy to eat and I didn't see it.
Hopefully that isn't
gets out of your system.
Yeah, I mean, I would think it would within like a day or so, but maybe, yeah.
Yikes!
Can you hear that noise? In my from my thing, like a vibrating chainsaw noise.
No, but I do feel like I hear a ringing in my ears.
I've been hearing a ringing in my ears for days. But my dad's chainsawing outside, so if you hear that.
No, I don't hear that.
Okay,
Your room does have like a rosy hue though.
Because all my curtains are pink, and so the light that comes through it is like pink. I could open this to make this but it's a glare in my face. I could open that window, but.
Oh wait, Mika is saying she hears it.
You hear it. Okay, good. Okay. Not good, but I just was curious and I know I heard it. Just because I can't stop it. There's no. He's gonna do what he's gonna do up there. I'm always
I have done something now.
What have you done?
I lost you.
Hello?
No, I lost. Sorry. I lost me, I guess. The picture was just you. Okay, so now I'm back. I tried to press the thing on my thing to make the volume louder so I could hear better. Although I didn't think I was having trouble hearing. But if Mika can hear the chainsaw and I can't, then my volume is not high enough. Although maybe it's the ringing in my ears.
The ringing in your ears, yeah. Is the ringing in your ears gone now? Because my dad's not chainsawing in a second.
But like I pressed the volume button.
And you just
all of a sudden it became like code. Like the coding behind whatever it is that we're doing that makes us be able to be on the internet. And I was like, I don't want this. So I pressed escape. And then it was just you, really, really small, in a black screen on my camera. And I was like, well, I don't want that.
That's creepy. No, you stayed the exact same the whole entire time.
Okay.
Nothing happened. I assumed I was frozen and I on the other end I was frozen, but I could see myself moving over here. I don't know what it was.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it was either. It was the volume up button on my computer. Oh, okay. It's super quiet though, not distracting. Okay, cool.
Good.
Because I could see we'd be like, Tina, you got to yell at your dad to stop for the next 2 hours.
He wouldn't. He would be, if I said that, he'd be pissed. He'd be like, I had to get this thing done. I'm trying to focus.
All right. They're saying it's very subtle. I can't hear it at all.
Yeah, I can't. I think he's out of the backyard now, I guess, or not on the hill cutting. I hate when he's cutting with that damn chainsaw. It's scary as hell. Sorry, I'm cursing.
I think chainsaws are scary.
They get
out of control fast.
He's on the hill. He's standing on an angle chainsaw. Girl, get off that hill. Stop
All
doing
right.
this.
Mika has Vulcan hearing.
Okay.
So watch what you say. She can hear. Don't whisper anything under your breath. All right. So before we started the stream, Tina and I were talking about how do we want to read this book? Because it's very short, but it's broken up, I think, quite nicely. So into like 5 different staves. And so they're going to be super short, but every stave is like the first one is sort of the intro, how we even get into the situation, right? And then 2, 3, and 4 are each of the ghosts. And then 5 is the end. I almost feel like we should do each stave separately, like read a stave, talk about it. Read a stave, talk about it. It means that the reading is going to be like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we talk. But I kind of feel like all of the ghosts deserve their own conversation, but I'm open for discussion on this topic.
Yes, let us know. I agree with Vivian on this. Not that I don't know I said it like that. I was like, I'm like talking.
Well, thank you, Tina. I appreciate your support.
A speech manner, like it was so weird.
In the math.
Goodness gracious. Okay. The audiobook is
gracious. Tina just aged like 300 years.
By saying that, really? Because I try to say, I started saying that instead of saying like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
I love it. It's very,
and I say Jesus Christmas a lot, which is not, it's not better, by the way.
No, I feel like for the people that would get offended by you saying Jesus would also get offended by you adding Christmas to the last name.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by any of it.
And I'm not either, but I feel like my dad is.
Ooh.
And I don't think that's, I don't think that's the point of like, I don't think that's the offensive part. So I'm like, I think it's fine. Cause like, I think it's more intense to say Jesus Christmas than to say, oh my God. But I think that's the point. I don't know. I don't even know why, but I say it. My dad like doesn't want me saying, oh my God. So that's why I say Jesus Christmas. I haven't heard him say anything anti that before. So I don't know.
I feel like if he was offended, he would say, stop saying that immediately. And you'd be like, okay,
yes. And why? And I've said it many a times. I think he's heard me say it, or I'll say like, I don't know, something else. And he's like, why do you always say that? You shouldn't be saying that. And so, or when I curse and stuff like that sometimes. So he, he wants me to stop cursing really badly. But yeah, so he's never said anything about that, so I think it's fine. I don't know. Okay. Whatever. Here we are. Okay. The audiobook is 3 hours long, so an hour and a half on double speed. Which means that it'll be like you said, a little bit shorter than a half an hour per section. I don't know how that divides, but
all right. Mika's good anyway. I'm more hyped to read this because I plan to read it in January of the year and never made it there. It's my favorite movie from childhood, the Disney edition. So I'm not sure I've ever read the book. Like I've seen like movies and a million different adaptations.
Yeah.
But so I am curious if reading the book we're like, oh, this is so much better. Or if we're like,
I don't know. To me, it's scary.
Oh, really?
And it's very, so I've seen, I don't know how many times I've actually seen the movie. I'm not a movie person. I've never been a movie person. And so I've skipped a lot of the traditional movies you watch in childhood. When we went to Disney when I was 12, my sister was like, you have to watch every single Disney movie because you need to be able to be ready for Disney. And all the movies she watched growing up, I didn't watch any of them. I didn't watch any princess movies growing up, other than like, I think I watched Belle and I watched like 3 Christmas movies. I mean, three princess movies. So like, I'm not a movie watcher.
Belle isn't really a Christmas movie.
No. I watched 3 princess movies, but for this, I don't know, it's scary because I remember seeing an adaptation of it where it was like kind of realistic and like I guess they brought him to hell. And I'm like, oh. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I do feel like they always make some of the ghosts like really scary, and the Grim Reaper at the end.
Yes. I think it's supposed to be like a religious allegory. Or like it's about death. It's about this guy dying and choosing whether he's going to be like loved in death or hated in death, which I feel like
that's what it's about. But this will give us something to talk about.
So I thought the story was this guy is a mean man, and he's old. He's getting near the time, and these 3 ghosts visit him in a dream, and they show him aspects of his life and aspects of his current life and aspects of his future that are saying, if you don't change, it's going to be bad. If you don't change, you're going to die and no one's going to care. And if you do change, you're going to die and you're going to have a good life before you die. And that's how, and that was like kind of, for me, it was kind of like, it goes with the Christmas story of like being redeemed.
That would be the Easter story.
No, the Christmas story of like, I guess the point of Christmas being Jesus is here for us to get us to have a good ending of our lives, to get us to, that's kind of how.
Right, well, we have stuff to talk about then. So
what do you think it's about?
This might be a book where our discussion time is way longer than our reading time, which could be very
about it. What do you think the story's about?
I'm not going to say. We're going to talk at the end.
Okay.
I don't want to
say that.
We're not going to spoil the spoiler video, right?
Sorry that I did that then.
Because the book might not be.
The book might not be that.
The book might not. I think the book is going to track the movie, but it might be different too in places.
Oh, yeah. Sorry if you didn't want me to say that.
My first chapter is preface, and it's like 1 paragraph. Oh, her preface is 44 minutes long. My preface is literally 1 paragraph.
Is the preface just like the author or writing something or something like that?
Yeah, I've endeavored in this book, in this ghostly little book, to raise the ghost of an idea which shall not put my readers out of humor with themselves, with each other, with the season, or with me. May it haunt their houses pleasantly, and no one wish to lay it.
Let me check
on the servant, CD. That's my entire preface. That's not 45 minutes.
No.
So, Mika, how many chapters do you have? Or maybe they've just put preface in with stave 1? How many staves do you have? Mika, you might be the only one who has read this. Lily, have you read this? I've never read it.
I've read it before. Okay, interesting.
I've never read it. Lily, you've never read it.
Yeah.
Charles Dickens was all about the social commentary. True. All about. Yep.
Huh.
I think the timing of my audiobook is off.
I'm assuming. Here's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming if that's like a stave is the title of the chapter. Is that what it says? Stave, the word stave.
So it says stave 1, Marley's Ghost.
I'm assuming the audiobook will say that at some point. Like the way I normally do when our audiobooks are off and you say stop at chapter 5. When I hear chapter 5, I pause the audiobook. So I'm assuming I'll jump forward until I hear that, and then I'll stop when I hear stave 2. My audiobook doesn't have any chapters at all.
Uh-oh.
Look, on the thing I don't see it says, like, it doesn't say like I can jump through the book. It's just one long 3-hour audiobook.
Oh, so then we might Mika, does yours have chapters in your audiobook, or is it one big long audiobook? No, I haven't read it. I plan to. Oh wait, did I read Mika's comment as Lily? Mika and Lily both were going to read it in January of this year?
No.
Oh yeah, that was Lily that said she was going to read it. Yes. Sorry.
I saw that. I was like, I think she just messed it up. I thought maybe you thought it was Lily. Okay. Sorry about that. Real quick, I haven't watched the movie anytime soon, but growing up, we used to go to the Christmas Carol, like, animatronic thing.
Right.
Macy's. It was you know what that is or no? And it was in. Okay, I don't know if it was a thing.
My childhood was very like 40 years before yours, and so I mean, we had stuff when I was a kid, but we didn't have animatronics.
Okay, so it was like in
we still
Gilmore
had black
Girls.
and white. We had a black and white TV, right?
That's insane, though. By the way, I just clarify that. In the episode, you remember in Gilmore Girls when they have the thing about Stars Hollow, and it's like it's in season 7, and it's like the Stars Hollow thing, and they walk through it, and there's like, I think Luke and Lorelai are having a fight, and Suki's there, and like it's
No, I don't know this.
They walk through this like play about the creation of Stars Hollow and how it came to be, and there's these like little like children that are like speaking. I can't describe them. Okay, so in Macy's, there'd be this. You'd walk into it, and it would be there'd be a really long path to it, and then you'd enter, and it'd be pretty dark, and there'd be little cutouts. There'd be little like decorated, there'd be little like fake houses with people inside eating like tiny little pieces of bread, tiny little bits of meat. There'd be like Tiny Tim on the thing. There'd be, and then it would be the ghost of Christmas past talking to him. He'd be like looking over his future, and he'd be looking over his grave. Like it would be like kind of like animatronics / wax, and an audio would be playing describing it, and you'd be looking kind of like a museum looking through it. Then you get to the end.
Like we all sort of know the Scrooge story. Yes. So it'll be interesting to read the actual, like the original Scrooge story as Charles Dickens wrote it, and see, like, maybe it's completely accurate, the story that we know, like,
or maybe
the reenactments of it or the movie or whatever of it will be totally the same.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm curious. All right. Yeah. So.
And then you got to the end, there'd be Santa Claus there. And
see, that's not right. Oh, well, I don't know if it's not right. Maybe Santa appears at the end.
No. Not that Santa was in the story. But once you got out and you left the walkthrough or whatever, there'd be a line to go sit on Santa's lap. Like you'd walk through it, go to Santa. And then if you're older, you would not. You would walk out and you'd walk basically like in a very Christmassy section. There'd be like a mailbox. You put your letter in for him, Santa, if you wanted to. Like there'd be that. I feel like that's what I remember. But anyway, okay, that was a really big part of my childhood, and I don't know. I thought that maybe it was you have seen it because it was maybe might have had it in New York too, but I guess not. I don't know. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. When I was in New York, I was a grown up, and I'm not going to the Macy's Santa Land.
Okay.
Okay. Mika has 5 staves, but the timing can't be right. The first stave starts at 44, and the second starts at 41. Going back in time, yeah, that can't be right. Okay, you have a weird one. Oh, I have 7 chapters. Preface, 5 staves, and ending. Okay. I have preface, stave 1, stave 2, stave 3, stave 4, stave 5.
Do you have more after that or no?
No.
I'm assuming is the preface plot, or is it like...
The preface is literally 1 paragraph. I hope you like my book.
Okay, so skip the preface. Go to the first stave. That's what I would say to Mika.
Or listen to the preface but go through stave 1. Stop when it says stave 2, the first of the 3 spirits.
The first. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's good. Let's do that.
All right, so let me do this banner.
Now if the preface is 45 minutes long, I would say skip it, Mika, but I guess that's your choice.
We are reading... I'm going to say the preface in stave 1. Okay. Stop before stave 2. Say done when you're done with stave 1. Oh my God. Can we make that any more confusing? All right. Does this make sense to everyone involved?
This sprint, we're reading the preface in stave 1, stop before stave 2, say done when you're done with stave 1. And that makes sense to me.
Okay. Yeah. Mika says, I'm pretty sure my preface, it can't be 44 minutes long, but I'm wondering what what is 44 minutes long. Anyway, are we ready to start this, to get
I'm
this
ready.
show on the road, as they say?
I'm ready.
All right. So preface and stave 1. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
All right. See ya. I'm done. Figured I'd just say it. I saw everyone else was done. Sorry.
All right. I couldn't find my mute button.
Oh.
All right. So what do you think?
That was so crazy. First of all, crazy. Not different than I thought, but different than I thought. And so amazing, like so good, like so beautiful. So there's so many, like my brain is like in circles right now because there's so many like metaphors, things that are referencing things that are like not referencing things, so like things. There's so much substance there, I guess I would have to say. Like there's so much to the story that I. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about this. So Lily loves the narrator.
Okay.
But also, Mika has Derek Miller as her narrator, I guess.
Let me see who I have.
Yeah. Do you all have the same narrator? Part of me, I was like, I wonder if I should listen to this instead of reading it. But since I don't do well with audiobooks, I was like, no, I'm just going to read it.
I have Rufus. I have RALPH.
Oh, so you all have someone different.
Yeah, I'd say that's Rufus. I have no clue how to say that name. Cosham.
And do you love him? Is he good too?
He's okay. He's very like, you
know,
he's not a bad narrator. It has it's a Dreamscape Presents thing. It's a little bit of interactive audio. There's a little bit of not interactive, but there's a little bit of noise. Like there's like bells ringing.
Oh, okay.
There wasn't any chains rattling, which I'm surprised at. I mean, that would have been a little too creepy. I think it may have been also like a children's like thing, special for Christmas or whatever. It's a lot loud. Like it's very hard to hear the words when the bells are going. Especially if I don't have my headphones in because I didn't like connecting them. I just figured I'd play it out loud. So yeah. How are you liking it, Vivian?
I'm liking it. So far it seems it's tracking with the Scrooge story that I know.
Okay. Yeah.
I had forgotten a couple of things. I'd forgotten like the face on the door knocker. I had forgotten the chains. I totally forgot about the chains.
Yes. I didn't remember. I see. I don't know all those details. I know the vague details of the story, like the three ghosts, what they're, generally. I didn't know about the door knocker until I read it, so I didn't know about it until he was living in that like sad little like kind of like communal home. It seems like, and then I forgot that was the part I forgot, the chains, and also Marley visiting him, like he visited first.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, that makes sense of the story. His friend visits him and is like, hey, it's gonna get bad, like just let you know. And that was
his friend was like, look, I'm doing you a favor. I've like arranged for this like crazy thing to happen to you.
Yeah, like I'm gonna get you to not be where I am. Which feels God, sorry.
No, you go. It's
like a religious allegory. Like in heavy, heavy, heavy ways. To me.
Okay. Say more about this.
Like this is I read yesterday in the Bible somebody in hell begging for somebody to tell his family.
Yeah.
Jesus telling a story about a man in hell, and he's asking Lazarus, a different Lazarus than Jesus rises, to go tell my family. Send him to go tell my family about this. And Abraham's like, no.
They're not going to believe me if I did. Yeah.
They wouldn't listen to me if I did, which I thought was very surprising. And it was, it was
but
interesting.
Totally true. Why is that surprising?
Not surprising, but not surprising. But I think that the wording of their dead, he's like, why would they care what the dead said, was kind of an interesting thing. Didn't make any sense to me with Jesus, because that's like the point, is like that's like proof, I guess, not proof, but like that's like a the point of Jesus coming back, I guess, like the dead is telling them that. But I think it's in a different way that they, I don't know, it was like they have, Abraham said, they have Moses, they have the prophets that tell them this.
Right.
You're this guy who you hated in death. And also I watched it, I was like so confused by it. So I watched someone talking about it. And they were like, he's treating this man still like lower than him. Like, oh, go send him to go tell my family. Oh, go send him to quench me of the fire. Like, treating this man. So I think it was so interesting. Like, it really does feel like that, where it's like he's giving this person a chance, and this man had the opportunity to have good things in life, and he has bad things in death. And then this man also, he's getting to see things that he wish he could have done in life, that he has the opportunity to do those things in life, and he chose not to. These people, I mean, his friend had the opportunity to help people in life, and he chose not to. And in the afterlife, he wants to do those things. He wants to help people. He wishes he could, but he can't.
Right.
So that's what I'm feeling. Also, much other things too, but I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do you think?
All right. So I wasn't getting religious undertones. Although when you say that, I'm like, yeah, I do remember that story. I was definitely getting like societal, like what Mika says here.
Yes.
He's at the stage, the way society treats the poor, the disabled, the less fortunate, prisons, workhouses, like you take care of yourself. I pay taxes. I'm not paying any extra. And if I didn't have to pay taxes, I wouldn't pay those either.
Yeah.
Or if I didn't have to pay taxes to help the poor, I wouldn't pay those either.
Yeah.
So that I definitely got. The whole idea of whose responsibility is it for us to look after each other, right? Yeah. Is it society? Is it the government's responsibility to look after people? Is it like everybody's own responsibility to look after themselves?
Yeah.
Is it like businessmen? Like, should Jeff Bezos be looking after everyone? You know, should like the rich people be giving to the poor? Like, it's this whole, I hate this conversation because it gets like heated. Yeah. But I like the way he has set it up, where it's like, I mean, the poor and the unfortunate are always going to be there. Like Jesus says, right? You will always have the poor and unfortunate among you. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do about it? Yeah. Yeah. And so I like that. Those undertones I definitely get.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. You all three have different narrators. Yeah. I love that. Well, 2 out of the 3 are good.
Yeah. I like mine. It's not in, I don't really know. I don't really have, it's very rare that there's a narrator I love or a narrator I hate. Just, I think because I read a lot of audiobooks, I just like, I'm reading them no matter what. So if they're like amazing, I'll be like, oh, that's great. Or if they're horrible, I go, oh, I can't listen to this. But I don't know.
But if they're just good, you're like,
I just like, I'm not really paying attention.
By the narrator.
Yeah.
Mika and Lily are like, I love this narrator. I'm distracted by the narrator. All right. Lily did she started to read, and then she was like, I'm going to audio. Interesting.
Okay.
Scrooge would have the means to help, but he thinks the less fortunate deserve their fate, which stands for the upper crust, who think nothing of mistreating their servants and workers.
Yeah. And I think it's very easy to be mean. It's very easy to be like, that's a very common belief nowadays. And it's a belief I try not to fall into, where it's like, if you're in that life circumstance, you put yourself there. Like, it's not my moral or actually even life responsibility to help you out of it. It's like, but that's like not right though. Like, if you think about that, it's not right. And like, just being like, Scrooge is kind of falling into the trap of like, he has the right to be angry. At least that's what I view it. Like, you don't have to be a nice person. Like, you can get through life clearly successfully, at least in some merit, without being a nice person. But that doesn't mean you doesn't mean you should. Like, you can not celebrate Christmas. You can keep saying humbug, but that doesn't mean that just you can do it in this life doesn't mean that it's going to turn out the same way for you in the next. I mean, clearly.
Yeah, I think like there is this whole thing of him where he does keep saying, it's not my business, right? Yeah. It's not my business. My business is to sit here in the counting house and make money doing like whatever he's doing, accounting or something. I don't know. That's his business. He's like, what other people are doing, which you do. Like, there is this whole thing of like, look, I'm not going to get involved in somebody else's business. right? They got to do what they got to do, and I got to do what I got to do. But then there is this whole, I don't know. And then the nephew who's like, well, no, we only do this once a year, right? It's Christmas time. That's when we are kind to people. And then it's like, well, why? Why just once a year if we're going to do it?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah. So Mika says the government didn't look after poor people, I think. I think they kind of did, though, because he keeps talking about that there are these programs. And that, right? Like, are the poorhouses not working?
Yeah.
Is the labor law or whatever, does it not in effect? Right. So he seems to think that whatever the government is doing.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm
what that guy says is those people would rather be dead than be there. And he said, well, let them be dead then.
Yes.
And that is very, and it's a I feel like this is going to get political, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be the first one to do it.
Political. I feel like I don't know that I can have this conversation with everything happening in the United States. I'm like, this seems to.
I think it's a very
like reality right now.
It's a belief I'm seeing more of. And I'll say it. In fact, in my party, in my sort of kind of party, is that if people aren't going to work. If people aren't going to make money to feed themselves, then they ought to just, we have no responsibility to give them money. They should just die. Yeah. Like if they're going to not get a job and they're not going to feed themselves, then whatever happens to them, that's fine. Let them starve to death. Who cares? Because they are an adult making their own decisions. It's like, okay, that's a crazy take. And it is a very common take. And it's kind of
it's not even accurate because most of the people that need the government programs are people who are actually working like 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And they still can't feed their family.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then it's also true. It's also true that some of the programs, it's good that they exist. I'm not trying to say that, but a lot of the programs just are horrible, right? Like even the programs that help people, like food stamps, stuff like that, those programs are horrible for you because they keep you in part of the system and they don't help you get out of the position you're in. They just force you to stay in that position because you can't get a job to make more money. So it's like,
well, yeah. So having the food stamps isn't the problem. The food stamps are not keeping you in that position.
They are
you can't make enough money at your McDonald's job. And you're like at your 3 jobs that you can't make enough money to buy groceries. That's why you're on food stamps. Food stamps aren't keeping you there.
I think to some extent I think food stamps are good. I think that's a good thing generally, but I think they can keep you in that position. As someone who we had food stamps growing up until probably 6 years ago, something like that, maybe even less than that.
Yeah, you didn't have food stamps because you wanted food stamps.
No, but they were keeping. The system keeps you down. That's the way I view it. My parents viewed it.
The food stamps are not the system.
Okay, the food stamps themselves are not the system, no, but the way you get food stamps is the system, and in my opinion, and say you can't make over this amount of money, you can't make $30,000 a year, and you're on food stamps. That means you always have to be in that hole. You can get a job, and maybe not. You can get a job that's a little bit more money, but you still don't have enough money to buy food and get food stamps, or even the same amount of food stamps. Like it keeps you in the hole. They keep you in the hole, which I think is a whole other thing. And like you said, we shouldn't get into it.
Yeah, because I would check that.
Really? That's what my parents have believed in their life, and that's what they have said. Because I grew up. I thought that was normal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what day it was. We got the food stamps, but we had food stamps, like a card for food stamps, and we had cash, and they gave us cash. They gave us, for my heart, for many, many, many years, they gave my mom a certain amount of money a month or whatever. For me, to pay for my food, to pay for my medical bills, to pay for my toys, school, clothes, whatever. So.
Right. So getting that didn't keep you in the system. You were in the system. The system is going to keep you down. The question is, are you going to be able to feed yourself while you're down?
Yeah. I think it kept.
Food stamps are not a system. Food stamps are like trying to make it so that you can
what I
live
mean the
while
system
you're in
is
the
that
system.
people have control over you. And if you're getting money from someone else, you'll have control you. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. But when it's a government, it kind of is a bad thing, I guess. I don't know. And then it's like, if you get food stamps, you cannot make more money than you already do. You have a certain level of money, and if you make
and if you make more money, you don't need the food stamps.
But what happens when most of the time, at least with my family, was we made a little bit more money, but we still needed food stamps, and we weren't getting any. Like you make a little bit more money that doesn't actually get you off the necessity of help, but the government says, too
but
much.
Then that's the system that's where the Scrooge comes in. Like, oh no, we think people should be able to live a family of 5 on $30,000 a year, even though your rent is going to be $20,000 a year.
Yes, it's the system that
we still think you should be able to do that. Yes. That's the system keeping you in the system. That's not food stamps keeping you in the system.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, it's not the assistance that's the problem. It's the rules around the assistance that are limiting.
It's basically the lack of assistance.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by that. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. If I remember correctly, the nephew is kind all year round. He's just too poor to help very much. He's trying to get Scrooge to at least be kind at Christmas. Yes.
Yeah. And it's sad. It's
sad.
That
used to be a thing, like being kind at Christmas. I'm not sure that it is anymore.
I think the meaning of, I think it's changed a lot. I think we're supposed to be kind to Christmas. Like, it's like, not we're supposed to be, but like, yeah, I agree. I don't think that is as much anymore.
And I don't know if it's just because I'm not on the internet, like I'm not on social media and I don't get mail, right? Like I'm not paperless and I don't get a lot of, because you can't send emails to someone unless they sign up for your email. So I'm not getting emails from, although I do get all of the like, enlarge your penis. I do get all of those emails. So
yeah,
clearly not following the rules, or do they know their target market? Anyway, I feel like we used to always get like at the end of the year, like, please donate extra to the Easter seal, or I guess that would be at Easter, but to like big charities, like the Red Cross. We used to get like mail saying, end of the year, send your donation here. And I don't see charities at the end of the year now asking for extra donations.
Yeah. I
don't know when that went away.
I've never heard of that before. But yeah, we don't. I don't know.
It used to be a big thing. Like end of the year, write your big check to your favorite charities. It was like a really big thing. Yeah, I remember it.
Time, you would think it wouldn't be the end of the year because the end of the year is so hard with taxes, right?
Well, I think part of it was that, like, get your tax deductions in before the end of the year. But I think a lot of it was just like people are in a spending money mood and you sort of got guilted into, you're going to spend a bunch of money on presents, but look at the children starving.
Yeah.
Let's give some money to the starving children to help them do it. Or, whatever it is whatever charity it was that people were wow.
And I saw a video about something similar to that the other day. That was, people are actually living, like, they spend nothing on things that's necessary. They only give their money away to people. Or not necessary, but like instead of getting a coffee, you give that money to something. And it was like, there is a group of people that I forget what they're called, but that are literally acting that out with every single thing. They don't buy anything they want or would think about. They're only doing things to help people. They're only giving, like, they're fulfilling that, like, wouldn't that be great if we did that? Like, actually to the fullest extent. And it really is like, if you think, that's not possible, but people are doing it. And that's really interesting. And I can't really.
The crazy thing is we don't even have to do that, right? We could still buy things that we want and, do things for other people, give money to, to charities and whatever. And a lot of people do, like,
but I just like, if we're I don't know.
Like, I saw a meme the other day, and I don't know if any of this is true, and I don't want to like drag on Elon Musk or any of the billionaires, but it was a meme that I was like, oh my God, is this true? I don't think it can be. The numbers are just too outrageous. But it was something like Elon Musk is worth $21 trillion or something like that. There are only 8 billion people on the planet. He could give every person $1 billion and still have like $400 trillion in the, and I was like, wait a minute.
That, and I think that might be, I saw something, people said something about that. It was a miscalculation, but I don't understand calculation. So that might have been that. I don't know. But
it is. And I was like, those numbers can't be right. But then I was like, maybe they are.
I think it is true that Elon Musk or even Jeff Bezos could like cure starvation, like could make
I totally believe
end world hunger if they put their money up for it. Now,
basically had eradicated polio, and now it's back because people decided, no, we're not going to vaccinate. Like he had literally eradicated polio.
It is,
and now like
marker people who. Like it's interesting that it's kind of proof that it does work. Like that is active proof it does work. Now, I'm not, I don't know.
Well, the other thing I remember reading, and I'm going to get this wrong too, like back during when the market crashed, like in the 20s, before we went into the Great Depression, or maybe when we were in the Great Depression or something, there was a moment when like the government was basically out of money. All the banks were out of money. Everything was broke.
Mm-hmm.
And the president called up like JP Morgan or somebody. And Morgan was like, okay, I'm going to pay off all the debt. I'll pay off everything with my fortune and get us back to zero. Because otherwise, like, we don't have it, like everything is chaos and the country is like going to be in the Great Depression for the next 800 years or something. And he used like his fortune, basically pay off all the debts, because he was like, look, I made all this money off the back of this country. I'm not going to let this country go under when I have the means to save it. And I'm romanticizing whatever billionaire this is. Right. Yeah. I'm sure that he was like, look, I'm not going to have like the mobs attacking my house to steal my money, right? Or whatever. I don't know, whatever his motivation was. I'm sure it wasn't completely altruistic.
No.
But he rose to the moment.
Yeah.
And it does make you wonder, like, would Mark Zuckerberg do the same thing?
And I think they are apparently they are donating a lot, but I'm sure they're also, and it's like, it's just like, can I just be more negative on over and over again? Yeah, you can. It's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to like, sadly, hate those people. And that's not right. I don't think that's right at all.
I don't either. Because it's not like he has $21 trillion in his bank account.
No, most of it's not liquid. Most of it's just, he has companies that if he sold them would be worth
on paper.
Yeah. And I bet he has enough money in like cash to do to
solve world hunger.
I
honestly don't think it would take that much money to solve world hunger.
No.
All it takes is we're growing enough food in the United States to solve world hunger. Yeah. If we just sent it to the places where people were starving.
Yeah. Or like creating, like, it's like, I guess you have to like create farms there, stuff like that. Like you'd have to like.
We don't need to create farms there. We grow enough food in the United States that we throw away.
Yeah.
That farmers get paid to throw away.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody to eat it, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, it's because it's such a trap. Not a trap, but it's so hard to think about because it's like
it's such a big problem.
It's such a big problem. And it's so complex, and it's like, I can judge them, but I'm not judging me. Like, I'm not, right? Like, I can judge them for being this or being that or not doing this, but I also am not doing those things. And I, like, just because I have less doesn't mean that I can judge those who have more. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
That was also,
it's easy to say, well, you have all this money, you should give it all away.
And that was literally
like, well, I have all this money.
Yeah, I don't have any money. Actually, I've never had a job. I haven't.
Right, you're the only person that can be like, oh yeah, no, I can't give you anything because I don't have anything.
Yeah. Literally, that was actually a quote from the Bible yesterday. This is crazy. Now I'm talking about this, I'm like, well, I didn't expect this to be a conversation. But I was just like,
I didn't expect this to get, well, I guess I kind of thought there might be some politics because of all the socioeconomic stuff in this book, but okay. Oh, we do get that here, but in our small city, it's mostly the church asking for donations to fix the roof and stuff like that. I'm not giving to the church. Well, Mika, how do you really feel?
Like like you're talking about like a big Catholic church or like a local community, like small church. Which interesting, a lot of people talk about non-denominational like Baptist churches being like those big mega churches, but like here there's like little like shacks basically, or like,
well, that's because you live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
people have a church like in their living room.
Yeah, like be honest. Honestly love it, but yeah, like, yeah, I don't know.
Right, I don't know. Lily, are you still here? Was Lily like, I'm out of this conversation. I got nothing to say. I don't know. I know that's how we should have been, Tina. I got nothing to say about this. But sometimes you have to say.
You have to say, yeah.
Oh, all right. What else? Oh, here's a question I have for all of us that is not political.
Okay.
All right. So if you had to be visited, well, it's a little morbid.
It is morbid.
If you had to be visited by a dead friend, how about if you had to be visited by a friend from your past? Like maybe they're dead, maybe they're not, right? A friend from your past who had like something important to tell you about your life and the way you were living it. Would you want it to come from a friend from your past, or would you want it to come from like a complete stranger? Like, would you want Marley to come and visit you and say, hey, this is what's going to happen? Or do you want to hear that from a complete stranger?
Ooh, I don't know, because I'm trying to think of.
And who would your friend be?
Childhood.
You don't have to name any names, but can you think of like a friend that you would you listen to if you were visited by a friend from the past, would you even listen to what they were saying?
Here's the other thing is he knew Marley when he died.
Right.
So his last memory of Marley is them having a good relationship or whatever. So if like my childhood best friend came to me, I would be more concerned with like, oh my gosh, how are you? What's going on? Like, what's your like? I'm seeing her.
Your face is falling off, though. You probably are like, ooh,
yeah.
Girl,
if she was listening to all of that, I would be curious about how her life ended, because I don't know, like I used to follow. She followed me on Instagram like years after we stopped being friends, and she has like face piercings and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. She's like at parties in college. I'm like, okay, this is who you were meant to be. I can tell. Like, this is who you wanted to be when you were a kid, but like, your parents kind of sucked, to an extent. Anyway, but so I'm like, okay, well, I mean, maybe her, I guess, but
would you listen to what she said about your life? Like, if she was like, Tina,
you're like
I don't know. You need to get tattooed, whatever. Like if she said you're living your life all wrong, this is like,
no, not at all.
Do you believe her?
No. If she came to me in some sort of ghostly apparitional form, I would not believe her either. No, I wouldn't. But I wouldn't believe it was real. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would believe this. I don't believe ghosts are real. That's the hard part. And then it's
neither did Scrooge, right? He's like, I don't believe in you.
Yeah.
Which I also forgot that he didn't like believe in the ghost to begin with.
I don't know. I don't think. God, why do I keep making it religious? I think my religious beliefs would hold me back from being okay with that. And I think that at first the first ghost. Now, if the other ghost like, I am an angel of God, I'd be like, okay, here we are. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Enough to believe.
You just call it by a different name.
Yeah, like if it's like, okay, if you're a ghost, it's so like
if the archangel Michael came down, or Gabriel came down and
said,
you will be with child, and not to make it Christmassy or religious, but would you be like, huh?
But that's how, and God, I keep making this religious, to be like, and that's surprising, when the angels come down, the person's terrified. And then he says, do not be afraid, I am an angel of God. And I'm like, and the person's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? And it's like first of all,
scare me even worse. I'd be like, holy shit, God is after me now.
He's like, your wife's gonna get pregnant and she's 85 years old. And it's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? So I think that if it was that, then maybe I'd be like, okay, cool, let's do this journey. You know what I mean? But if it was like some ghost with his jaw hanging down, I'd be like, exorcism. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't. And I also don't think any of my friends, my friends, none of my friends from childhood know me. And so I don't think that would, yeah, I think it could be, I don't think it would be better or worse if it was a stranger. I don't think I can make a choice in that.
Okay.
So go ahead and you guys answer. Sorry, my answer was bad. So go ahead. Give me one second.
Let me see if anyone else has answered. Okay.
I'll be listening.
She has a very small town. The church is tiny. Okay, so Lily says if that would happen to me, I'd be fine with it, as long as I could ask them a question about the afterlife in return. Ooh.
I feel like the afterlife, like that they're clearly an answer about the afterlife. The afterlife's not like a
no, I mean, I feel like what we learned about the afterlife from Marley is that you wander around with like the chains of things that you've spent your life building.
At least the bad side of the afterlife, right? Like, I guess we don't know. He seems to be warning him. So what is he warning him from this? Which means that there either has to be a good side or a neutral side.
Right.
Like, there might be, that's what a lot of people think, is that a lot of even Christian people think that there's like, it's like this is hell. And then it's like after this, there's nothing, or there's like bad, or there's something really amazing. And then some people go, like people who like go to hell or whatever, they get like eviscerated, and they just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, because hell seems like, if we really believe in hell, it's like we don't want to wish that on anyone, right?
Yeah.
So I think we'd rather like sort of not believe it.
Yeah, or that it's maybe less of like
that it's not really hell,
fiery burning, and it's more like this, like just like horribly sad, kind of like you're not burning up.
Most people are not horribly sad, really. The people that are going to go to hell are not horribly sad.
No, or like you're just it's so horrible, and that's the best way to describe it, is like the burning stuff. But it's really just watching people in heaven be happy, and you get to be alone and sad.
Right.
That's all. I think that those are things people like Christians believe about it, at least to some extent. So it's like people have a different take on it, but I think that this would have to be it. I mean, it would make sense that there is a good side. If he's coming to him saying you have to do better, it means that there's a good side or a neutral side. There has to be. So I guess it does make sense to ask a question about it, but I don't know.
I think I would have asked him more questions. Like, what do you mean? What do you think I should do? Right?
Yeah. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, why are you here?
Okay, I hear you out. You think I need to change my life because I'm living the life that you were living, and your death apparently sucks. Your afterlife sucks. But like, what is it exactly that you want me to do? You want me to give like $20 a month to the church, or like, to the orphans?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly do you, I would want like some more specifics, right? Don't come in here and rain on my life without giving me like a specific to-do list. But I guess that's what the ghosts are for, or the spirits.
The spirits, yes.
Here's the other thing. I thought in every adaptation I've ever seen of this, the ghosts all come the same night, right? They all visit on Christmas Eve. At this book, he's like, the ghost will come when the clock strikes run tonight. The next ghost will come tomorrow night at the same time. And the third spirit will come the next night. And I'm like, wait, now we're talking, it's New Year's Day. By the time we get, it's like, if Christmas is the next day, what? It's like December 28th when he finally gets the Christmas spirit?
I kind of took it as like, he goes into some sort of maybe dream. Like he goes with the first ghost, and he comes back and he's in his bed. And then he goes like, that, like you're
That's how
saying.
I've always seen it.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
the night.
How far away from Christmas are we? Like,
It's the next day is Christmas because, like, what's his name asked for Christmas Day off, right? He's like, "Oh, I guess you'll want the whole day off tomorrow," and
oh, true.
he's like, "Yeah, I kind of do, but I'll come back the next day."
Yeah.
So it'll be curious if this is a place where the book veers from the movies and everything else we've seen about it, or if somehow I just read that wrong. But I didn't. I
No.
highlighted it because I was like, wait, we're going 3 days over for this story?
Yeah. I also saw it the same way as well.
Okay. All right. We could rather hear it from a friend.
Okay.
I'd be less inclined to think I'm dealing with an evil spirit.
Really? Okay. Oh, if it was a friend, yes.
Right. If it was a friend. I think I'd rather hear it from a friend.
Really? Okay.
But I kind of think I would I listen? I would definitely listen to what they're saying. But yeah, I would ask a lot more questions.
Yeah.
I would be less defensive, I think. Well, I might be less defensive with a friend. Although I might be defensive at the beginning but then like 3 days later after I thought about it for a while, I'd be like, oh yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
I
mean, clearly that's the journey he's going to take on this book is he's probably going to start out pretty defensive. So I thought his friend was going to be the ghost of Christmas past. That's what I thought. But no, we're getting an individual ghost of Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future.
All right. So we have like 30 minutes left. Should we read the next chapter?
Yeah.
The next stave?
So we're not finishing this today.
We're not finishing it today. We'll finish it tomorrow.
Okay. I'll schedule my sprints then.
Yeah. All right. Let me change this banner so that it is we are reading stave 2. Stop before stave 3. Stay done when you're done with stave 2. All right. We got one more comment here. All right, Lele's. Yes. All right, let's do one more. All right, we got the ghost, I think. I don't know, we'll see, of Christmas past. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Yes, see ya.
Are we all done?
Is Lily?
I don't know. I can't tell. She's got comments, but oh no, maybe those comments are from before.
I think they are because you said yes.
Okay, then we'll wait. Keep waiting.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like we are all done.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe Mika
minutes to talk about this.
Yeah.
So we maybe want to keep talking about it when we start next time. But yeah, so the ghost of Christmas past.
So it was that he was asleep, that he kind of slept through that day.
Yeah, like time does weird things. Okay, yeah. I can be on board with that. I was like, all right, okay.
Yeah, agreed. I don't know if I had much else to say about that. It was kind of confusing at some points, I feel like, but
I feel like he went from being a grumpy old man to crying his eyes out pretty quick, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. And then he's I don't know, he seemed like he was nice in his childhood. But maybe some, like, those stories were nice. Like, he was kind in those parts. So I'm surprised by that, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like, so we saw him as a little boy, like completely lonely and alone at his boarding school.
Yeah.
And then his little sister comes and takes him home randomly.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember what happens next. But then there's a woman that he's apparently in love with, but then decides that she's not good enough for him or something.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you can go. You don't have to marry me. I'm, go.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, it is a short story, but things are moving fast, right? He's like, there's not much of an arc.
Yeah.
It's like, here, look what a cute kid you were. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was a terrible person. And like, here's the party that your old boss threw, and he was a great boss. And he's like, oh, I have to go talk to my apprentice.
Yeah, it seems like I feel like the arc's going to be a lot bigger than that, but I feel like it's how quickly he sees like the hypocrisy of what he's doing, and how it's kind of surprising, I guess, but I guess it makes sense. But I guess he's seeing the wrong that he is, that the good that he used to do, or the good that people used to do for him, and he's seeing how wrong his behavior is. But maybe in the Ghost of Christmas Present and the Ghost of Christmas Future, he'll really make a choice and start figuring out the details of applying it to his life, like what he's okay. Now that you made this, now that you see what you're doing is wrong, what decision are you going to make to apply it to your life? And maybe it's like, and you're going to go back from this and you're just going to do whatever you want to do, and you're going to be mean again. You're going to be your little Scrooge again. And then you're going to die, and no one's going to care. You're going to be a ghost, tortured forever. So maybe it's going to be like that. And then he's going to realize how horrible, like,
I guess it doesn't seem like it's that, though. It seems like he's like, oh, dang, I better call my nephew. I got stuff to say to my nephew. Right. Yeah. Oh, I need to talk to Bob Cratchit or whatever, my apprentice, because like, I need to tell him something. I need to, like, I don't know, tell him he's a good guy or something. I don't know. It seems like he's like, okay, I have all these things I need to do now because I see that in my life, like, all of these good things happen that I just sort of forgot about.
Yeah. Or they were covered up by all the bad of his sister dying, of the job not working out or whatever, or that woman, him wanting money more than he wanted her or whatever.
Right.
I think that maybe he'll, I don't know, hopefully see.
And the fact, like, why he was at boarding school in the first place without any friends, and then why all of a sudden was he allowed to come back home?
It seemed like his father had a change of heart, which makes me think that maybe his father did something after that, or.
Right, like, what happened to his dad that he's not so mean anymore?
Yeah. So, the woman broke it off, it seems, okay.
Yeah, she broke it off because he, like, just wanted money, and she, like, didn't have a dowry or anything, and she was like, "Look, I get that I'm not good enough for you anymore because you want all of this other stuff, and, like, we don't have any money to pay you, and you don't wanna be seen with a poor woman.
Yeah.
So go, have your gold." But she seemed like her life turned out okay after that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the point, is that you can have goodness and happiness and so much, way more joy than a rich man does. You're not rich, but way more joy than a man in that situation does in poverty. It's just because you're poor doesn't mean you're not happy, or doesn't mean you're not kind. You're probably more kind and maybe even more happy than a rich person, or a person his
It's a good thing that Scrooge turned out to be Scrooge instead of a nice guy, because then she would have, like, married him and not had, like, this wonderful life that she had.
I don't know.
I don't know either. She says she lets him go because he refuses to see that he would never choose her now, but she sees it. Yeah. All right, Lily has to go too. Okay, so we all have to go. Let's pick this up tomorrow. And I have a question. Would you be afraid of the Ghost of Christmas Past? Would you like the Ghost of Christmas Past? Would you, like, welcome the Ghost of Christmas Past in your own personal life? This is my question for us to begin tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, tomorrow. Okay. Sounds good.
All right. I'll see you all on Tina's
See you
channel.
then. Have a nice night. Bye-bye.